Hello, hello. We're live and I'm with a scary person.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. I love your mask.
Thanks.
Now, where's that from? I think we all know, but where's it from in case you
So
don't know?
I guess technically it's one of the Purge masks, but I bought it at a Halloween circus. It was Cirque d'Italia, which is, like Cirque du Soleil, but the Italian.
Uh-huh.
And they were selling these and another set of masks, and they're super cool because they light up and they do all kinds of fun stuff. So it's like a knockoff Purge mask, I guess. Yeah,
Well, I
but they're
love that
super
it
fun.
lights up. I love
Yeah,
all
well, it
that
was
stuff.
blue, so I had to have it.
I think it's
So,
fantastic. I love it. I love
oh,
it
we
so much.
we have somebody from Egypt on with us. That's so cool.
That is so amazing.
I don't think they do Halloween in Egypt. I doubt
I've
it.
always wanted to go to Egypt.
Same,
I've always wanted to go to Egypt, and I have
same.
no good reason other than it's really far away. But other than
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just I want to go. We should go. We'll do
we should go.
VOJ in Egypt. That would be
That's
amazing.
we could do and take our tour on the road. We'll be in a
Live,
new city every
live
night,
from the Sphinx.
live from the Sphinx. Oh, that's so awesome. I love it. Hello,
Oh,
everybody. It's good to see you. Happy Halloween. My name is Anthony.
I'm Gabby.
That's Gabby.
Uh,
And very scary, Gabby. And we are, I think we're voice actors still.
we are voice actors. We
Yes,
are.
mummies. And no Halloween here, but we'd love to have you. Thank you. Oh,
Oh,
you guys don't
thanks.
do Halloween?
No, Halloween is very much an American,
Well, it would
construct.
be, I mean, because Sam, where it
Well,
was,
there's
is
yeah,
it German?
so Samhain, which is, the Celtic
Right.
Irish,
Okay.
yeah, but that is more of like a Day of the Dead type of festival.
Right.
Halloween, the way we celebrate it, the way we know it, is
All
very much
about
American.
money.
Yeah. Yeah.
About
Doesn't really exist anywhere else.
yeah.
I think Canada has adopted it and like a few places have started to kind of, but yeah.
You're right. I mean, the Day of the Dead, and
Yeah.
there's festivals in Celtic, right? And I'm assuming it's in Europe someplace. So,
Yeah.
well, any Hoosers, it is good to have everybody, and it's good to see everybody.
Mhm.
We're very thrilled to be here for Open Forum
It is
Friday.
Inform Friday.
And I love it because you guys are rocking and rolling already. I'm making comments and everything. And yes, that's right. Sam, I don't know how to say the name, but
It's Samhain.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm real hot. I'm real off. See that in I'm American. Hey,
It's
Sam Hain.
okay.
Who's
It's
that Sam
okay.
Hain
We'll
guy?
forgive you. It's all
Who's
right.
that guy? That's Sammy. I know a Sammy. I don't know no Sam Hain guy. All right. So, but
Oh
anyways,
dear.
today is all about you guys posting questions,
For sure.
thoughts, anything about voiceover, and we do our best to try to answer it.
We can talk
Yeah.
about absolutely anything.
Yes.
We can talk more about the history of Halloween. I'm all for it.
Oh my goodness. I think that's so cool. I did see somebody say somebody's like Christmas decorations go up after Halloween, and someone said don't forget Thanksgiving. I have to tell you, I've
Mm-hmm.
tried to figure out more, like, besides I love, well, of course, we have a celebration of Thanksgiving, but like Christmas is just, I'm just itching. I'm always itching to get Christmas up. Problem with me is we keep Christmas up way too long. Well, the thing is over in Virginia, I mean, same thing as you probably North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
the winter comes later.
Yeah.
Usually, right? Like it's usually more for us in the February, March,
Yeah.
late January, February, March. You know what I mean? It gets chillier, but it doesn't actually. If and so it's a big if we do get snow, it's
Right.
always usually
It's
later,
later.
in
Yeah.
the beginnings of February, March, and stuff like that. So that's why I ends up. I'm always like every year I'm like I gotta have one snowy day with the Christmas decorations up. That's always my wish every year. Sometimes it doesn't snow, so it's like we're not taking them down. No, I was like, enough is enough.
So you do the opposite of what I do. So I combine Halloween and Christmas. So
Really? Oh, so you have like
my
cool,
Christmas
spooky like
tree.
lights and
Yeah,
that are
so
like.
I call it Hexmas. So
Oh,
my Christmas tree is a Halloween themed tree. I put it up in September and then it stays up until January. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Very
That's pretty
festive.
cool. I
Yeah.
actually love that. Because I love the lights and the trees in general. But
Mm-hmm.
I do love because I would see more of those where people put up like Halloween decorations and stuff with
Mm-hmm.
on a Christmas tree and things like that, and different things with
Yep.
wreaths
Yep.
and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Valor says Canadians had Thanksgiving October 13th. Christmas decorations up from November 1st. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, it is good to see. Oh, Angela's here. Hey,
Hey,
Angela. Hello,
Angela.
Angela. And it's good to see all of you. This week we were also talking about characters. As
Yeah.
you're wearing your mask, whatever. It is really kind of freaking me out there now.
The more you say it, the least I'm not going to
You're
take it
not
off.
going to take
I'm
it
not
off.
going to take it off.
All right,
No,
my
because
kids,
if
I'm
it's freaking
staring
you
at
out, it's
those
kind of
X
great.
eyes. I'm trying to look at what's the red in the, like, what is that
It's
supposed
just
to?
paint.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just paint, but it's obviously supposed to look like blood, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. All right. So, anyways, yeah, you can't stare at it too long. So, that's serious. But anyways, so yeah, we were talking about characters, and we were going over this week. We went from the basis of starting in the beginning of the week of talking about how, hey, listen, start with your pets. We all have a fun voice, as Gabby was saying, that we use with our pets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then we've kind of started to work our way into the actual character creation
For
when
sure.
we were talking about accents yesterday, which is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think if you have any questions about characters or creating the characters, it's always fun. I would say, yes, thank you, Angela. Hit the like in the YouTube thingies. Yes. Very important. Very important. I wanted to ask Gabby, when do you think, because I think this is important, because let's be honest, today's Halloween. So we are at the end now of Halloween and this time of year.
Indeed.
When is a good time, Gabby, to start marketing? We're moving, thinking about next year's, holidays. When is it a good time to actually start marketing? Because it's always way before, right?
Oh, for sure.
For Halloween and the spooky characters and stuff.
July. It's always a good quarter or 3 months ahead. So a lot of your Halloween type projects are getting cast in June, July. Yeah. July being the peak.
And I always think for us, that seems so, it's crazy, right? But we have to really start thinking about ourselves and our businesses.
Oh, yeah.
As, we are part of the marketing world. And, we don't, if you're waiting until the day or the week before, you're already, 3 months.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So, you have to think, and it would be really probably behoove us, I think, to actually have and maybe you do, but I think we could even talk about that, creating a calendar, right? And looking at your year. You know what I mean? Is calendar year, and you say, hey, listen, these are, as you look through the whole year, beginning, at the end of December and beginning of January, right? These are the holidays. These are the events. This is what's happening in the year. This is when I should start marketing these services. These are when we should do this anyways. I mean, this is a general business thing, but I think I would really be interested to see how many of us actually do that, because again, remember we were talked about a few weeks ago, we were talking about business, and it's just us. And I think even funny thing is, although I don't know if you did it recently, Gabby, but vacations, just a random other thing. And we have a question.
We have a couple of questions, actually.
I'm sorry, because I'm just talking, but like vacations, but like, I mean, one thing I noticed when I went full time, I took less vacations because I didn't even take vacations for a while, because I realized I'm the one who has to plan it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
My
for sure.
job didn't plan the time off for me.
Yep.
Isn't
that wild?
Like, yes, I mean, you don't even, so then you don't think about it, then you realize, wait a minute, I need a break or something. Why am I not taking a break? And it's like, wait a minute, I gotta blame myself. Okay, so let's get some questions.
Ben was asking, okay, what is the key to a good, excited but conversational read? My auditions either end up over the top or announcery. Okay, so then a lot of the time this comes down to what I call intentionally muddying the read, making it more colloquial, pausing in odd spots, making it sound more like you are thinking about what you're saying. You're right. You're really, we can hear the gears in your head turning.
Mhm.
it's taking away that dependency on the script and not sounding like you're reading from a piece of paper, but rather you're just talking off the top of your head. And a big part of that is also non-lexicals and making sure that you have some ad libs in there. All of it's a combination of all of those things. And I mean, for sure, it's something a lot of people struggle with.
Absolutely. And I always make the joke, I always say to some voice actors, "You're speaking too damn well."
Yeah,
Right? Like, you
right. Isn't that
sound
ironic?
so
Yeah.
right, I mean, just speaking so polished, and
Mm-hmm.
we're doing it 'cause we wanna make sure that every word is clear and it's understood, but you
Right.
don't speak like that
No,
in reality, so I think that
no, we
yeah, that's
don't.
really good tips there.
And I do think where you're saying, Ben, about excited, listen to kids. Like, listen to a teenager, right? Or even preteens, like, get excitable about something, and you'll see where there's a ton of energy, but it comes from a loss of control. Like, their pitch isn't it can go up or down on a
Sure.
whim because of that. And you'll see again a lot of the non-lexicals that get added, and that'll kind of help you to replicate
Mhm.
it, because it is very possible you can be excited but not sound contrived.
Well, and then also I was gonna say it is nothing about you, Ben. But
Mm,
I do wonder, I always say this, some of the stuff that we're asked to do, we might not do this regularly in our lives.
yeah,
So like I would ask, like, you might not go around and sound excited, Ben, all the time talking about things, right? And that because
yeah,
that's we don't do that generally. But some people do, right? So what I'm saying is it could be too that like just Gabby said, you've got to almost add that character to your repertoire,
yep,
right? And so that's a really good discovery kind of to go into is looking to kids and stuff like that.
for sure. And
um
Chris, the glasses are right here. No, they are not
oh
under the
Chris,
mask. No
no,
way.
no, no, no.
No way in hell.
um okay, so Remy asked,
Mm,
my question is, how can I market myself effectively as a trans person in voice acting? I identify as female but have a masculine sounding voice.
yeah.
Great question.
So Remy, oh my gosh, I'm gonna of course forget their name right now. Um I have to do a quick Google
Oh my god,
search. Oh,
your
I
mask is flickering.
yeah, I know. I turned it on.
Okay, that
Um,
just sounds
I
like,
have to do
what's
a quick
happening?
Google search of the person I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Um, but anywho, while I'm doing that, um, the key is to market both in most cases. Um, a lot of trans voice actors go ahead and recognize that they effectively have two voices, and so they market them as both. Hold on, I'm still googling right now. Give me a second. I'm pretty sure it's
Just like really wondering what you're coming up with over there.
it is so the old announcer for the New York City subway and metro system is there she is. It's Bernie Wagonblast, and Bernie was the voice of the New York City subway systems for like 15 years. And he transitioned, and still goes by Bernie, and as a voice actor markets her voice in two ways, literally markets herself as both a male speaker and a female speaker, and I believe has demos to kind of back them up. And so that's something to really consider. The interesting thing about trans voices is that there's no rule book, right? There's no expectation yet on what a trans voice is supposed to sound like or what that even means, right? So as a result of that, I think what we're seeing a lot of is flexibility there,
Yeah.
where you can still identify as a woman and be female, but have a male voice effectively, and that's okay.
Well, absolutely, and I was gonna say that's a part of, I think, the joy of all of this that we do is you have the choice to, determine how you want this whole thing to go
Yeah,
altogether. And you think about it, the there's so many sultry female voices with lower pitch, right? With lower
Mm-hmm.
pitches.
Yep.
There's so much you could do. So I think, in my opinion, have fun and go whatever direction you want to go with this. But you have a lot of room to just
It's
have a blast with it,
yeah,
right?
it's a lot of
Yeah.
options, but really consider what's the most marketable.
Mhm.
That's something to keep in mind.
Mhm.
So I would take a look at Bernie's story and how she did it and kind of, go from there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good question. Okay, let's see. What do we got next? We've got let's see. Halloween. It's Andy in Cancun. Oh, Andy's in Cancun.
Let's see.
Let's see. What was that?
A long time ago, I'm Professor Tracy. A long time ago, you talked about getting a health plan. Whatever came about that? I honestly
Were
don't know
you
what you're
Oh,
talking about,
maybe.
Tracy.
Okay, so maybe Fresh Trace was talking about. So I think a while ago we talked about, as a group, as VOJ, coming
Oh,
together,
I
and
didn't know
so
that.
something similar to like what Nava does,
Nava does. Yeah.
right,
Okay.
and things like that, where it's kind of a collective, because reality, when you go to, I learned this the first time when I went full time as a business owner.
Yeah.
I'd always had insurance through an employer,
Yep.
and a state employer for that matter, so it was always decent. It was always like insurance, and it was more collective
Right.
bargaining because there was a big group of people on it.
Yeah.
But when I went by myself as a business owner, I was just it was really
Oh, yeah.
really horrifying.
Yep.
And but as you learn, right, more people together. So I talked about before on that, but on, like, Gabby just said, and we said Nava has something like that. There's a couple other things, and then there's the marketplace, although I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what the fate of all that will be with all this government stuff. But anyways, we didn't end up getting anything, just because it was not as easy as I thought it would be. And the
Yeah, it's a
insurance companies are really,
challenge.
they're that yeah, to put it nicely, they are challenging. So they're just like, no, we won't do that. No. It's like, golly, did he say anything else? No. It's kind of like, so sorry. Yeah,
We
that's
have
gonna happen.
so many good questions today. This is wild.
Okay.
Chris says, how do I go about receiving validation to go all in on VO other than from people who aren't in the business? Oh, Chris, you just go in all in. You just do it. The validation is going to come from money. It's going to come from clients. It is going to come from people cutting you a check and you cashing it and receiving money for your voice.
I could
That's
listen,
it.
Chris. I tell you, when I first started, and this is, and it's totally, I'm not mad at anybody about it. I think it's funny now, but like, my wife would make me hide my stuff, so when her parents came over, they wouldn't know that I was trying to be a voice actor. And it was just like, the whole thing seemed to be an
Really?
embarrassment at
Oh
first.
my God.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? It's
Oh,
just
that's
weird
so
stuff, right?
funny.
And then when they found out, you know what I mean, it was just because, and then I went around, people don't even know, a lot of people still don't even know what a voice actor does
Yeah,
or
they
what
don't.
they are, right? You know what I mean? And it wasn't until, you're right, like, just like I said, I kept going for me, and it wasn't until then I started becoming successful. And then you start seeing pump things, then everybody will be like, oh my gosh, my son-in-law does this, or my daughter does that, or you know what I mean, or look at what they do. My husband or my wife does. Like, it's funny, that Will Smith whole thing they said, when I was poor, no one would buy me dinner, but now that I'm rich, everybody wants to buy me dinner.
That's
Right?
funny.
It's like the
Yeah.
story of everything, right? So in the end, and the funny thing, in the end, I realized when I built this business, yes, building this business brought my family and all the people around with it, but in the end, it was really, I had to do it for myself.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And all of that is just a byproduct of your inner success, right? You being able to build it yourself, because that's really what the change comes from. Anyways, that's my dad talk for the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
the dad talk.
The dad talk for the day. Okay, what else we got? What's this one? Val says, when narrating nonfiction, is it a sign of inexperience to have a narrator voice? I have tone voice switches based on genre, but should I just be talking as naturally as possible? This is a great question.
Yeah, it is.
And the first thing is every, story. I always say with nonfiction, first you have to understand who is the audience. Was this written for a novice audience, or was it written for fellow colleagues and specifically for that particular type of book? Meaning, you can tell with the writing, because some books are written solely for other colleagues. So they're written like, if you don't know the content, you're not going to know the content. It's written for other people who are very, understanding. And then there's some that's written for the brand new person. So I think that, if you look at it that way, you can kind of you can determine right off the bat how you would narrate both of those. If it's for the novice or beginner or something like that, it's like a 101 type book. You're going to be more conversational. You're going to be more, and I like to use things like TED Talks. You know what I mean? They're very, it's so I always in nonfiction picture myself speaking to a room, like a small room of people, but not one person. A lot of fiction and everything, we always say this thing, it's intimate. It can be very like, we're speaking to one person or things. But in nonfiction, a lot of it is more like you're talking to a group, right? You're educating a lot of times, you know what I mean? So it's not like, but I like to look, you got to identify who the audience is. And that will really, just as a 20,000 foot view, because we don't have a lot of time, that'll help you determine quickly, what type of voice, whether it's super professional or more conversational.
Agreed. Love
Let's
that.
see.
Yeah, I think we've got some lovely comments. Remy, you're absolutely welcome. Yeah. Well, gosh, guys, what a great
thank you
Forum
so
Friday.
much. And I'm just crazy that you've kept that mask on the whole time. It might not even be you, Gabby. It could
might
be
not.
a doppelganger.
You never know. Anything's possible.
Oh my gosh, and you're tilting your head and it's freaking me out this whole time. I've had to endure it. Stop it. Stop it. Anyways.
Oh, poor Anthony. It's okay. I'll be back to normal on Monday.
Well, you guys have a wonderful Halloween. Happy Halloween. And have a great weekend. We will see you all next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. Bye.